That's good.
Hey everybody, what's going on? We're just doing some intros here live on Get Vocal. We figured we don't do this enough anymore, and we were here gonna record anyway. Let's do them right here live. Let's do them right here. What are you gonna do?
Taking off our jackets and we're doing it live.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know. We're gonna do some stuff. What are you gonna do?
We're going to do some stuff. But it is February 9th. Wanted to mention this is the 17-year, I guess, anniversary of when Maura Murray disappeared. If you are so inclined and have a candle handy, around 7:30 p.m., wherever you are, light a candle, take a picture, share it on social media, tag us in your stories on Instagram or on Twitter, and we'll retweet, we'll share if you do. Okay. So let's just get to this first bit of business here, Lance. This ad.
Yeah, some little better help. It's appropriate nowadays. Actually, we should call it Better Kelp. Let's call it Better Kelp.
Better Kelp?
Yeah, and it can be an ad for seaweed.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is we're opening up the kimono here and showing you a peek behind the curtain.
Yikes! We're opening up the kilt.
Corpo jargon. Okay. Lance, it's winter here in the Northeast. It's cold. There's ice on my car. I got a shovel. It interferes with my happiness at times, especially when I'm really wanting to do something else and I got to spend an hour or two outside. What interferes with your happiness now that I've shared?
Oh, well, I mean, if you're bringing up the weather, Tim, I would say that the lack of sunlight is really what's getting me. I don't mind so much the snow because you get outside, you get the blood flowing, a little bit of a workout in, but it's really the fact that it gets dark at like 4:30, 5 o'clock now. So that really affects me. I know it affects a lot of other people. I can't remember the technical word for that. I think it's called some sort of light deprivation depression or something like that.
Seasonal depression, I believe.
Seasonal depression, yes. Well, I'm going to call it light deprivation, UV deprivation, depression. So, but that I think that affects a lot of people in their goals, in their mission to achieve said goals.
I think you're right. Sometimes you just don't want to do anything. Well, Lance, BetterHelp assesses your needs and matches you with your own licensed professional therapist. And you can connect in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient.
And you can start communicating in under 24 hours. And I just want to be clear about this. This is not self-help. This is professional counseling. And you can send a message to your counselor at any time and you'll get a timely and thoughtful response. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions.
All without having to sit in that uncomfortable waiting room that no one wants to sit in.
You hate waiting rooms. If there's anything Tim Poliri hates more than anything, it's waiting rooms.
And BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed.
And it's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and even financial aid is available, and the service is also available for clients worldwide.
But don't forget, there is a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many. Sorry, I did that one over.
I will do anything to avoid that one.
But don't forget, there is a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas. But licensed professional counselors are specialized in depression, anger, stress, anxiety, relationships, family conflicts, LGBT matters, grief, self-esteem, trauma, sleeping, and anything you share is confidential.
And again, this is convenient, it's professional, it's affordable, and if you don't believe us, check out the testimonials posted daily on their site.
Also need to note, this is not a crisis line, but in fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states.
What? That's incredible. Well, we want you to start living a happier life today. And as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our wonderful sponsor, betterhelp.com/crawlspace.
Join over 1 million people who have taken advantage Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/crawlspace.
What are we, pros?
Make short work of that.
And took a buzz out of that one.
Okay.
And no one's here.
It's okay. People might be watching on
People
Twitter
better be
or
watching.
Facebook or on YouTube. Toggle your butt on over.
Get that toggle switch going. Toggle, toggle.
All right.
Toggly.
Do the crawl space intro. Ooh.
Nah.
Let me get my book.
Oh, Renee's here.
Oh, hey, Renee.
Hey, Renee.
What's up? Okay. I'm still rolling here
Me
on this here track. All right. Welcome to Crawl Space. I'm Tim here today with Lance. Lance, how are you today?
I am doing so well. It's a wonderful day. How are you today, Tim?
It's a wonderful life, Lance, and I'm doing well. And we have a fantastic guest on our airwaves today. We are lucky enough to have the author of this book called Hell in the Heartland, a true story of murder and two missing girls. It is Jax Miller.
Jax Miller, the astounding writer, Jax Miller. You said we are lucky enough. We are lucky enough. We are privileged enough to have her on. She wrote this book, which focuses on the events that took place on December 30th, 1999 in Oklahoma. 16-year-old Ashley Freeman and her best friend, Laura Bible, they are missing. The Freeman family was murdered and the house was burned down. And Jax goes on this odyssey of self-discovery as she does a in cold blood style deep dive into the case, into the family, into these people's stories. It's amazing.
It really is. And I can't recommend the book enough. Lance and I both read it, so make sure to check that out. But also, I need to let you know this conversation isn't really about the book. We actually talk about what it was like to write the book. And actually, I should say not so much not about the book, but not really about the case. And I'm going to just take that over. Okay. Totally lost what I was going to say there. Okay. Oh, yeah, the essay. What is her essay called? That's right.
The Rabbit Hole.
The Rabbit Hole. Okay. And I want to point out, Lance, that this conversation is not so much about the case. We do talk about her book a little bit, but Jax also wrote a fantastic essay called The Rabbit Hole that you even participated in, at least in an early draft. And so hopefully that is published soon. And yeah, I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought here.
Well, it'll be published in the paperback version.
Right.
I just saw Aaron pop in for 2 seconds and left.
Aaron DeRogers?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that's right. So and hopefully you'll be able to read that essay soon.
Did you want to say it was going to be published in the paperback version?
Yeah, I guess so. Do we know when that's coming out? The paperback version? Let me see here.
I think it's coming out at the end of the month.
Oh, really?
I thought so.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I just won't mention that, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. And Lance, this conversation we have is about Jax's excellent book, but we're not talking too much about the case in this conversation. The process of writing this book was kind of emotional for Jax, and like you mentioned, Truman Capote, she kind of got involved, on a personal level, and she wrote an essay after the fact called The Rabbit Hole that we read, and we talk a lot about that essay in this conversation and the effects of diving deep into one single case has on somebody.
Right. It's really about the byproduct of that. It's really about the residual effects that I guess weren't as expected or to that level, right? The effects that this had on her definitely were not to the level she anticipated going into it. And it really opened up her eyes to a lot of other I guess it opened up her eyes to a lot of other things that were going on personally for her. And she says, in sort of a joking fashion, that she had to, in order to achieve happiness and sort of a sense of self, she had to literally go through hell in the heartland to get to that place, to go through the rabbit hole. So tip of the cap to her for doing this. Hopefully she's got other books and other essays sleeve. Can't wait to read anything else she has coming along. And we know that this essay will be published in the paperback version, so just keep your eyes peeled for that. You are muted.
American paperback version. I don't know if that's important to say.
Follow up with that.
Okay.
That'd be good.
Okay. Yeah, so it will be published in the American version of the paperback novel, Hell in the Heartland. Not sure when that's out. Okay. But pick yourself up a copy.
Get them both.
Get them both, and like I will do. And also, I think this conversation is really applicable to anyone who's diving deep into one case. And so really, I think that goes to a lot of our audience who do research, especially the Maura Murray community. I know that case is completely can take over at times, but anyone who has sort of felt like that the walls have closed in on them while researching a case, this conversation is for you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's great. Anything I'm going to say is going to be redundant.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for listening. Follow us on Twitter at CrawlspacePod. Thank you.
And check out all of our fine shows that we have hosted on, and check out all of the fine program. Wow. And check out all of the fine shows we have on our network, the Crawlspace Media Network at crawlspace-media.com. And we have some announcements coming up in the next couple of weeks about some new shows that will be joining the cult. I mean, family. So stay tuned for that.
Okay. All right, cool. Now we'll do this Wylands intro.
Wylands.
Okay, I am rolling.
Oh, did you cut there?
Still here. I didn't cut.
Okay.
Did you cut?
I did not. I would never cut until you
told
told me.
Oh gosh, just don't. Don't cut.
Ever.
Okay. Cut your butt.
Cut your butt. Wow.
Welcome back to Missing. I'm Tim here today with Lance. Lance, how are you today?
Tim, I couldn't be any better. If I was any better, guess what? I'd be you. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great as well, Lance. And for this episode, we speak with the new investigators on staff who are volunteering for private investigations for the missing. They are working on the disappearance of Phoenix Colden from Spanish Lake, Missouri in December of 2011. And they were a part of the previous two episodes we released in Phoenix Colden's disappearance. Of course, we also had Goldia Colden, Phoenix's mom, on those episodes. So we didn't hear too much from the Wylands, but Vanessa and Andrew Wyland are in this episode, and it's just them, and it's probably going to be a two-parter, and I think it's very informative.
Oh, it totally is. And I love the fact that we are doing this series now on a missing person, and we've introduced the missing person. We've introduced members of the family all through private investigations for the missing. And the previous episodes, we introduced Goldia Colden, the incomparable Goldia Colden. She had an incredible interview with us, really opened up, and hopefully there'll be more conversations with that strong woman. And now I feel like unofficially in my head, I'm taking this as an meet the investigators segment of private investigations for the missing and the awareness that we're putting out there. So you meet the missing person, you meet the family or friends, maybe a journalist, but now you should know where the investigators are coming from. And the Wylands are such a cool couple with their great organization, Lakefront Investigations. And they are doing a wonderful job managing both the investigation of Phoenix's disappearance and the relationship between us and the Coldens. They are really a force of nature.
And check out their site at lakefrontinvestigative.com. And why don't you check out Investigations for the Missing too? PIs for the Missing. Check them out at investigationsforthemissing.org. This wonderful couple, the Weilands, recently volunteered, and this is now the second case that they're working on with PIs for the Missing. They actually solved the first case that they worked on for PIs for the Missing, Lance, very, very quickly, which we discussed a little bit in this interview.
Well, they're nothing if not efficient and thorough, and they get along really well. It's really fun, if that's a good word to use, to watch their dynamic. And I learned that Andy smokes a pipe with tobacco in it, like Sherlock Holmes, which is also very, very cool.
Yeah, they do have great personalities as well, and it's nice to see them bounce off each other. So I hope you find this interview informative, and we're going to be back with more coverage on the disappearance of Phoenix Colden. We are not done by a long shot here. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I've pretty much
done with this.
Pretty much mumbled enough.
Make sure to give us a good review. Make sure to give us a 5-star review, please. And please give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcatcher. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody.
Check out all of our fine programs at crawlspace-media.com. Do you want to specify to give a 5 review on Missing, not Missing More? Doesn't it matter?
I think they're only listening to this on Missing. So
good.
Yeah. But they can give a 5-star review on Missing More if they want to too.
Hey, 5-star reviews. If there was 6 stars,
Across
give a
the board.
6-star review. Yeah, across the board. No reason why you should be any less than 5.
That's right. All right, I'm going to cut here.
Got it.
Got in. 10 stars. That's right, Elise. The Crime Shack.
10 stars. 10 stars daily.
Well, this was fun. Little impromptu live Get Vocal.
Yeah, we should do more of it.
We should do more of it. We should. I really feel like we should just like air our morning meetings, like all of them.
We should on Get Vocal. That should really happen, guys. Out there, we have these morning meetings. It's Tim, Jen, and myself, and we get a lot done. But it is not without its.
Yeah, there's some fun times. Yeah. Maybe once a week we'll air one.
Yeah, we can do that. It gets real loose.
Yeah, it does get loose.
I get hammered
at 9:30.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'll end this broadcast, and then you want to go back to that Zoom for this private thing we got to do. Private recording thingy. Sorry,
dancer.
It's not that secret. It's just a surprise, so we can't do it live here. I am going to stop the broadcast.